Good morning, student. Today we will start new chapter, that is sectors of Indian economy. In this chapter we will discuss different sectors of Indian economy. The Indian economy can be classified on various bases. The first classification on the basis of economic activities. On this basis, Indian economy is divided into three sectors: primary, secondary and tertiary. What are these sectors? You have read about the economic activities in class 9th. आपने उसमें पढ़ा था कि देर आर थ्री टाइप्स ऑफ एक्टिविटीज़: प्राइमरी एक्टिविटीज़, सेकेंडरी एक्टिविटीज़ एंड टर्शरी एक्टिविटीज़. सो द sector which deals with the primary activity is called primary sector, which deals with the secondary activity is called secondary sector, and which deals with the tertiary activity is called tertiary sector. In this slide you can see primary sector. The main activity in the primary sector is agriculture. All activities which are directly based on nature are called primary activities. For example, agriculture, mining, fishing, then forestry, these are primary activities. Secondary activities are those activities which obtain their raw material from the primary sector and which modify the product of primary sector, such as agricultural products. When they are manufactured in some factory and they are modified by using any technology, these are called secondary activities, and sector which deals with it is secondary sector. Tertiary sector does not produce any goods. It provides services. You know very well that production doesn't include only the production of goods, it includes the services also. So tertiary services are for example the transportation, communication, then education, health, all these are services. So sector which deals with services, tertiary activities, is called tertiary sector. Okay, in this slide you can read it, and definition is there. तो इसको आप एक बार अपनी कॉपी में भी कर लीजिएगा. Primary sector, it produce natural products which are directly based on the nature. Secondary, which modify the things obtained by the primary sector, and tertiary, which provides services. So these all the three sectors are very important, and the most important thing that these three are interdependent. They depends upon each other, and for the development of one sector there is need of the development of other two sectors. How these sectors interdepend? For primary sector, you can say primary producers get encouragement when their products are used in secondary sector. They can improve their productivity by using so many things which are produced in secondary sector and by the tertiary sector. For example, agriculture needs various type of tools, machines, good quality seeds, fertilizers, and all these things are produced in secondary sector. So by these things farmer can increase his production. Same way secondary sector gets raw material from the primary sector. There are so many industries which are agro based, which get raw material from agriculture. There are so many industries which are mineral based, which get raw material from mining activity. So secondary sector depends upon the primary sector, and tertiary sector itself provides services for the development of both sectors. And same time tertiary sector will be empowered if primary and secondary sector is good. So three sectors are interdependent. There is comparison which I have told you, and how to calculate the production of these sectors. So there is one concept, that is GDP, gross domestic production. How we calculate how much our economy is growing? We calculate it by calculating GDP. What is GDP? When we calculate the total sum produced by these three sectors in 1 year, it is GDP. So the value of final goods the is final goods means we will not count the same item in primary sector and secondary sector both. If we have calculated the value in the primary sector, so we will exclude in the secondary sector. So the final good which is reaching in the hand of consumer is known as the final good. We calculate the total production of primary sector, then total production of secondary, then tertiary in terms of money. Mind it is very important that we calculate the total sum in terms of money, not in its physical value. Okay, kilograms, meter, इसमें नहीं, we calculate it in money. Now there are historical changes in these sectors. Earlier, at the time of independence, the most of GDP was derived from primary sector and most of our population was engaged in primary sector. But now things are changing. You can see in this chapter in your book, you can find out these are some graphs. So these graphs you can see, इसमें आपको बताया गया है in x axis air is given and in y axis GDP is given. So you can find out how the contribution of these three sectors is changing. In 1973, you can see the contribution was greater in primary sector, but it is still greater, but the contribution of tertiary sector is increasing. Okay, so by this you can compare and you can answer these questions. This graph is I have taken it from NCERT book, so you can see there. Now the tertiary sector is its importance is increasing. Okay, you can see, you can compare the graph and you can find out that now tertiary sector, not only in India but all over the world, its importance is increasing as it is providing so many new type of services are there. Some conventional services are there, transportation, communication, health, education, but besides these, some other like hotel industry, like tourism, so many new things are there, and so the importance of tertiary sector is increasing. Next thing, tertiary sector की इम्पोर्टेंस ज़्यादा हो रही है बिकॉज ऑफ द IT इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी के कारण द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ IT सेक्टर इज़ ग्रेजुअली increasing. So these are very important points and you note down these points in your copy. Okay, now in this slide we can see the in which sector most of the people are employed, which sector is giving more employment. So again, the same graph is from your book only. You can see in your book also, you can see that it is in graph number 2, share of sector in GDP. In this you can compare 1973 and 2003 data, and you can compare new data also. So you can see that in contribution of tertiary sector in GDP is increasing. This purple color is showing the contribution of GDP by tertiary sector. Earlier in 1973, you can see the greatest contribution was by the primary sector, but in modern time the more contribution is by tertiary sector. Same way you can see the employment ratio. Earlier more people were engaged in primary sector, but still you can see the most of the population in India, because India is called the country of villages, and basically our economy is a rural economy. So still our maximum population is engaged in primary sector, but the contribution in tertiary sector is increasing. The engagement of people in tertiary sector is increasing. Now another topic, that is how to create employment. Still our population, the 100% population is not employed. Many people who are willing to do work but are not getting work are there. This situation is called unemployment. which you have already read in class 9th human resource chapter, so it is not in very detail in class 10th. So unemployment is a condition when a person who is willing to do work at current wages is unable to find work. So in our country there is unemployment. So how to create employment? So our government has started one scheme. It is called Manarega. Okay, Manarega is it is Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, Manarega means government is giving employment to the people in the village area. There is a right to work, and if government is unable to provide work to the persons, so government will give him or her unemployment allowances. This scheme is called Manarega, and it is very popular in rural area of the country. Okay, other classification of sector, it is organized and unorganized sector. This we will study in next class. Okay, so you read the chapter, and if you have doubts, please note down, and we will discuss in the class.